Should contractors carry commercial umbrella insurance? Well, in this video, we are going to look at the reasons why they should, as well as why they should not. And for all of you out there who aren't owners of contracting businesses, you should stick around too, because I'll tell you why you need to make sure that anyone that's doing work for you, a plumber, electrician, you name it, anyone that's doing work on your house needs to carry an umbrella policy as well. We'll look at all this coming up next. Hey folks, Jack Wingate here, and on this channel, we help individuals, families, and businesses with tips, tricks, and strategies to save money on your insurance, to understand your insurance coverages better, and to keep you informed of what's going on in the insurance industry. And on today's video, we're going to look at whether or not contractors should carry commercial umbrella insurance. Now, if you've made it this far and you are not a contractor or own a contracting business, I suggest that you look up here. There's a link to our playlist for You Ask, We Answer. It's going to be a lot of answers to common questions that most people have about insurance. But I do suggest that you stick around, because I'm going to give a tidbit to you if you own a property, a home, rental property, what have you, that might save you money in the end. But before we go there, let's discuss what an umbrella policy is. A commercial umbrella policy for a contractor sits over and above that contractor's underlying policy. So in general, most contractors carry a general liability policy that covers, them in case they get sued for work that they do. Most will carry a business auto insurance policy. Just like a personal auto insurance policy, it covers their vehicles and, more importantly, the liability that comes from those vehicles. And then most contractors have workers' compensation and employer liability coverage. And that's one policy that most people just refer to as workers' comp. So contractors can have an umbrella policy as long as they have one of these other policies to sit underneath. So let's look at two reasons why contractors should have a commercial umbrella policy. And the first one, and the reason that we see most often, is this: they're required to by contract. And I'm not talking about a contract for them to actually have their license. I'm talking about they want to do business with an individual, with a larger general contractor, you name it. But as part of the contract or the work agreement, the person that they're doing work for requires them to carry certain limits of insurance. Now, we see this all the time with larger organizations. In fact, the requirements they have are really, really stringent. And so this is where we see a lot of contractors being made to purchase these umbrella policies. So the number one reason, they're required to. The second reason, and this is the reason that I personally like it best as a risk management professional, is that it protects them from large losses. The whole purpose of an umbrella policy is in case something really goes wrong and the underlying policy limits are exhausted. That's when the umbrella policy would pick up. So let's look at an example of where this would come into play. And this is an actual real world example that I had the privilege, I guess you would call it, to watch unfold. This was not a client of mine, but I did get to see this, this video sent to me by a claims adjuster. There was a contractor, sand and gravel hauler with a dump truck. The driver takes the truck home for the evening, parks the truck on the street, engages the e-brake, does everything right. At some point in time, the e-brake releases and the truck starts rolling down the hill. As it rolls down the hill, it runs into 3 or 4 vehicles before hitting an intersection where it hit another vehicle that actually was moving and had passengers. So that claim ended up coming up to about $1.5 million. Most contractors carry $1 million of business auto liability. So that leaves that contractor with a $500,000 deficit that they have to come up with out of their pocket, or in this case, make sure that they had an umbrella policy. The umbrella policy was going to kick in and pay that extra $500,000, making sure that that contractor was made whole. Now, that's a really out there example, but it did happen. Now, as a homeowner or a property owner, you need to make sure that anyone coming on your property to do work is insured properly. And I'm going to give you one quick example. Let's say you have a plumber that comes onto your property just to fix a sink. They walk out onto the deck to cut some pipes, whatever, and they slip and fall down the steps. Now, it just so happens your deck is like mine and it's on the second story. So they go down a whole flight of steps, they injure their back, they're going to be out of work for forever. Well, you say they've got workers' comp, they should be okay. And that is true. The employer has workers' comp. That person's medical bills, wages are going to be covered. But that employee decides to sue you because they said your deck was unsafe and actually caused the accident. Well, you are going to have to go up against that contractor and sue them under what they call the employer's liability portion of their workers' comp. And that's going to make you whole. So making sure that people that do work for you have enough insurance, and I suggest that they have an umbrella policy, is crucial. All right. So the reason that most contractors are probably still watching this video is for this reason right here. The reason contractors should not carry a commercial umbrella policy. And I've got some bad news for you. The only reason a contractor should not have a commercial umbrella policy is because that contractor is no longer in business. I don't care if you're a large contractor or a small contractor, the possibility that you get hit for a claim larger than $1 million, let's face it, it exists. If you are in an automobile accident with your business auto and you injure someone, you kill someone, heaven forbid, that lawsuit is going to be above $1 million. So I suggest any contractor, regardless of your one-person shop or a 50-person shop, you need commercial umbrella insurance. And let's look at it. A small contractor, the cost for a commercial umbrella policy is going to be, between $450 and $750 a year. It's relatively inexpensive. Hey guys, I hope that you have gotten some value out of today's video. I know it's a little bit of an obscure topic, but I would highly suggest that you subscribe to our channel. Take a look at our You Ask, They Answer playlist. And until next time, we'll see you.